Good morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you are, and welcome to another NerdTube fan film reaction. We are back, baby, and we are here to see Michael Stutelberg's. I can never get it right. Did I get it wrong? V-Man, what?
I think you're good. I think you're good.
Okay.
If not, they'll let you know.
Oh yeah, trust me. Let me know down in the comments how bad I butchered it. Anyway, so we are here again. We are going to be watching Agents of Destiny Part 2. Last week we watched this. We were very impressed with the improvements and stuff from the previous fan films, as well as we were intrigued. We really wanted to come back and watch some more. So I'd like to introduce my co-host today, which would of course be the Ayatollah of Stan Lee Trek Filmanola, would be V-Man right down there. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
And of course, our ever vigilant Trekkie with his badgie on his shirt, Major Rage. How you doing?
Doing great. Excited for part 2 of Agents of Destiny.
All right, and I don't think there's much to really say beyond. Let's get into it. So, here we go. Ooh.
Ready for this, Zach? Here goes nothing.
This Captain
Oh,
Ashbeck.
fighters.
Fight, yeah.
Sorry about the unexpected guest, but your fighters should give us a chance
And
until
Discovery
reinforcements get
era?
here.
Mm-hmm.
Any specific targets you want, Captain?
Target and destroy impulse engines. In the very least, we can give them a bit of a distraction.
Sounds like a plan. Taipan and Hector to give Mr. Banner some cover.
I see a weak spot on their rear. If we get a direct angle, we might be able to get some more damage.
Break off, Banner. You're getting a bit too close.
Their aft shields are already down to 87%. Red Squad, keep on firing.
Break off, Banner. You're getting too close.
I just need a bit more fire on that thing.
Ooh.
Zach, see if you can transfer power from weapons to...
Oh no!
Stabilizer's failing. I can't. Ah! Banner to Hawkins. I'm going down. I repeat, I'm going down.
It appears Mr. Banner's crash landing is proceeding as scheduled.
Captain, I think we have trouble.
I love how it went from like crazy like fighter combat to like just dead, like nothing, like just a dude standing there.
Was a bit abrupt.
Report. There seems to be a large residual amount of chronoton particles at the site. And sir, one incoming human life form coming to our position on foot.
On screen.
Computer, use the dynamic angles to show me this view.
More good compositing work right there for the view screen.
I don't know if I like or don't like that Discovery uniform, because I hate the Discovery uniforms, but like I don't mind that one because it's a little bit brighter and it's a little bit, I don't know.
I think the fact that you're not in a darkly lit bridge and you see it under normal lights, it looks nice.
How do you work on a bridge that's as dark as the Discovery Bridge?
Right? I'd be worried I'd fall asleep because it's so dark in there.
It's nice and cozy, you're right.
It's all right if you start to fall asleep. Captain Burnham will start to cry.
They've stepped up so much that we're going to clown on the actual series instead of clowning on their fan film.
That's true.
Easy with that thing.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
Who am I? Who are you?
Cadet Zach Banner, Starfleet Academy. What is this place?
Starfleet, you say?
Welcome to Salzar 4. I'm Bill Bennett, the head of the mining colony here.
Salza 4? That doesn't make any sense. This planet, it's supposed to be uninhabited.
Well, someone got you wrong, kid. There's an embassy at Beta 3.
I mean, we got a whole
and there's shuttle
restroom
going there
over
daily.
here. I mean,
I can get you on one.
looks like the park at a
That'd be
restaurant.
great. Thanks.
What's with the old-fashioned uniform?
He likes the classics.
That's a nice bit of dialogue to let us know that it's the future and not further in the past, though.
I love how they removed the. You see that they removed the Coke or Pepsi logo out thing on it.
I didn't catch that.
Syrian brandy.
Oh, there's that Tellarite. That damn Tellarite mask.
That stuff will make you go blind.
After the day I've had, I'll take my chances. What's your name?
Johan Owen. And yours?
Zach Banner, Starfleet.
What brings you into these parts?
On my way to the Federation Embassy. Just gotta get a few things sorted out.
It's hacked into the main computer. Firewalls are working. Detecting massive radiation surges on all decks. Medical team down here.
Abandoned facility. I repeat, abandoned ship. Abandoned ship.
You need to do that more often there, Cheeto.
Everyone will die.
Oh wow, that's some green screen right there.
Did they get gassed or something?
Did they blow up?
Who the fuck were they?
I don't know, but that was a nice fade. But still, oh,
there we go.
dude, I love that hair. He has that hair in like a ton of stuff. Is that his actual hair?
Yeah, good old Captain
Nice.
Ramses.
Ramses here. You have news, Lieutenant?
I'm detecting a civilian shuttle on the outskirts of the system. It
I
looks
love
like they're under attack by a
I'm
Federation
trying to figure out what
dreadnought.
race that is, or is that just some different race?
Activity?
No, that actually appeared in TMP.
Yeah, I was about to say.
He's got a lot of masks.
On screen, Lieutenant.
Starbase, come in. Come in,
That's
Starbase.
David Whitney from Starfleet Studios.
We read you. What is
Yeehaw!
your
We're on the
situation?
USS Texas, and we're.
Is that supposed to be mud?
Yeah.
I need your help.
You said mud?
Anything unusual about that ship?
Harcourt Fenton
Reading
mud.
debris. The
I
shuttle was
almost made
lost,
my
sir.
name that tonight.
Hail that dreadnought.
Trying, sir. No reply. It's coming about. Direct course on our position, sir.
Laser fire.
Shake the camera. That's not bad.
Albert, you read?
Yes, I read. What's going on up there?
It looks like the USS Bismarck is paying you a visit.
General Hux.
Just find Banner, all right? I'll tell you where his location is. Just get him.
Oh.
Helm, keep us on target.
We just did a fan film on those guys too, I think.
Captain, target coordinates programmed. At least we're giving them some time before more help arrives. Shields up.
There is no escape. Everyone will die. You are all mine. Mine.
Prepare for evasive maneuvers.
That looked like a nuclear toilet.
Standing by, sir.
I thought that from just the voiceover, I thought it was the Green Goblin. Good to know it's just a
Red
sentient
alert.
AI that looks like Sputnik.
You again.
Come with me, cadet.
If you want to
Not
live.
that I don't mind the help, but why are you offering it to me?
Let's just say someone has a future.
Man, just. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't know
All right,
Starfleet
what's the
uniforms.
There's a sword several blocks away from here.
Well, he doesn't know TOS era
Follow
uniforms.
me.
So that's. So they're fighting the Annihilus, right?
Computer 7 self-destruct. Code Holt Allen 758173221 AC. Collision course for the Bismarck.
So I'm assuming this is a different version of the Annihilus. Maybe.
Antilles. Yeah, I don't know.
Antilles, sorry, yeah.
I think so.
Alternate timeline crossover shenanigans.
I guess so, maybe.
Yeah, because Holt doesn't die in our timeline, so yeah, I'd assume so, yeah.
Did they saucer separate?
What?
Doesn't. Is it gonna crash?
What's wrong?
I don't know. I just have an utter pain in my chest.
Somewhere somebody has a picture of him and other loved ones, and he's
Residual
disappearing.
time particles again. Building to a critical level in his body.
It's like, oh.
Don't worry, he's okay. Just jump to another phase in time. Now, I'm beaming you back on board. Stand by. Well, the plan seems to have run into a bit of a snag.
Really?
How many people just died? How many people in this timeline?
I presume you're suggesting this was never meant to happen.
Yes. Since your banner disappeared from the time stream as a cadet, this timeline is a result of his absence. He was never an officer, never second in command of the Bismarck, never the captain of the Eagle.
So who's in command of the Eagle at this time?
I'm not sure. What I can tell you is that your banner has been transported some 20-odd years into the future from our current time.
Show post-apocalyptic Earth. He's like, I want a Pop-Tart.
I'm okay with it cold from the foil. Oh, that's a hell of a cliffhanger.
All right. Well. Whew. Okay. So things kind of got timey-wimey and moving right along. So we basically have a fix the timeline story here, which not bad. I'm not saying that's anything bad. Yeah, I mean, I would still say that this is still pretty good. They're keeping me intrigued. The beginning was a bit rough. I I was kind of wondering what was going on and everything like that, because where we left the cliffhanger, and then they kind of jumped us right back into like Discovery era, and there's fighters and all this. And traditionally in Trek, and I know that it goes a little weird, but traditionally in Trek there's no fighters. Like, I mean, I know in Discovery they use shuttlecraft as fighters. One of the biggest things I've always complained about Trek is that they don't have fighter craft. I know it's not really a Starfleet type thing, but whatever. But I did like it. It got confusing for a little bit, and then once it got on track, I was following again. Let's V-Man. Let's go to you.
I think I'm going to be a little bit more critical on this one because the last one was so good. I did see the heart in this, which is a redeeming quality of the film. But the problem with this is by the time I understood what was going on, we were about 3/4 of the way into the film, and it was almost over. And that to me is a big problem. I have to be able to know what's going on at least, 1/4 of the way into the film. If I don't, that's a huge problem. Because why the hell do I care about anything that's going on in the film if I don't get it? Like, go to yesterday's Enterprise. You instantly know almost from the beginning, oh shit, time's changed. But you still care about everything because everything that's going on is alternate. So, and by the time they realize it, you understand the gravity of the situation. With this, it's almost like the rug's pulled out from under you. And I'm not saying that the story's bad. It's just they really should have let the audience know, hey, time has changed. I felt that the visuals really lacked. I feel like that in the last one, it was like they had their shit together on every level, especially for no budget. With this one, especially at the end where you have everything behind you, you have the apocalyptic world, shit's falling from the sky. Even if you just like thrown some fucking newspaper at the guy, tattered, something where it's like he's got some soot falling on him. Go grab some ashes from an ashtray and start sprinkling it on it. Something that makes it look like, oh, this shit's landing on him instead of just stuff that's in the background. Because outside that, have him hold an umbrella so it explains why he's not getting dirty on his uniform.
Starfleet issue umbrella.
Right. To me, stuff like that is easy to do and unforgivable in a film. That does take me out of the story element because it doesn't take much to do to get right, especially if you know ahead of time, hey, this is what we want to do, ahead of time. And it's not complicated. So for me, I've got to drop down in points. I still enjoyed it. It's still a great film. I'd still recommend it to anyone that wants to watch a good film. And I feel like it does complement, the other film, but I feel like both of them should be watched in one setting. I feel like this needs to be at least another 5, maybe 10 minutes longer. Just because it's like, this is a bad... I feel like I need to watch something not because it's like, man, it was so good. I feel like it's like you didn't complete the story. You just wanted to get something out. And to me, I feel like that's a disservice. Whereas last time it's like, man, I can't wait. Now it's like, I have to watch it because you gypped me. So it's not a bad film. It's just, it's not as good as last time. Last time you really brought it. And this time, not quite as good.
So you're saying this is the last Jedi of this trilogy?
Something like that.
All right, Major Rage, what'd you think?
No, I didn't enjoy it as much as part 1 of this for most of the reasons that you guys have just listed. It's hard to follow at some points, and there are, you could have fixed that with a simple kind of establishing text at the bottom, this location, this time. The one time I could really tell what era it was supposed to be in was when they cut to the other ship and you guys were saying, this seems to be this set of, this group that, does this production. All of their camera work for the ship shots were consistent and looked like, the original series. So I was always sure, this is this timeline, but the rest of the parts of this episode were kind of all over the place and could have used establishing text or establishing dialogue, and just missing some of those, kind of visual touches that the last production kind of had. The color correction could have been a lot better on that final scene. In this one, it was so uniform color that it was just very jarring and took away any kind of suspenseful, suspension of disbelief right there. So lower, it will definitely be a lower mark than the last one, but I still want to see part 3. But like V-Man said, just because the story's not done yet. And I think this next one's longer, right, Cheeto?
Mm-hmm. Part 3 is going to be longer.
Maybe, make this film longer, find a more natural stopping point where you've given us more story, and make the finale part shorter.
Okay. Go ahead.
No, looking, trying to be optimistic for part 3.
Brighter future.
I feel like one of the things that this film, it took a step out, and I know some people can sit there and shit on it for doing this, but I commend it for doing this, is like having them run through the hallway during the battle, and do those things, even though like realistically we can tell it's a hallway. Like I can step outside myself and suspend that disbelief and go, you know what, it is what it is. It's a star base, or it's a, whatever. Like when fan films do that, I understand, hey, they have no budget, they make do with what it is. Like if your story says, hey, this background, which is obviously my living room, is a spaceship, hey, you know what, I'll walk with you. It's the same way with when I'm watching a Superman movie, when Clark Kent has those glasses on and the whole world is fooled because those glasses is what stops them from realizing, oh, that's fucking Superman. Like, we all know, like, that wouldn't fool anybody, but we want to go on that journey with the storyteller. So we go, you know what? Okay, I buy it. And that's the same way. Like I buy, you know what? That's a star base, and I don't mind it because you're shooting on location. Most people don't do stuff like that. And I commend you because, you took a risk, and I'm willing to go with you there. So I give the film props for doing that, because it would have been very easy just to green screen stuff like that. And oh, look, up in the sky, we're being attacked. Oh, let me shake the camera, but you didn't do much. Like you ran through the hallway. You had someone else running across with you. To me, it's stuff like that where it's like you try to do something a little bit more adventurous. And I think that part really worked. For as much as he got wrong with this film, I still feel like there was a lot good with the film. It's not a piece of trash.
No.
It's just, like I said, it's not as good. And that was one reason why, like with the last one, like I set the bar so high, is because I figured, hey, either way, like it's going to go down or go up depending on how they do. What do you think, Cheeto?
I'm going to mark it. I see all your guys' points, and that's actually true. I did what I kind of assumed that the base that they were on, that they were running through the hallways and stuff, was on planet. So yeah, like I forgave the fact that it looked like a high school breezeway, or something like that. There was that one scene, like the hospital crosswalk or whatever it was, the bar, or the pub that was obviously like somewhere, that stuff I can forgive. You're on the planet's surface. It's a vintage pub, whatever, I can forgive that. I just felt like the pacing in this one was a little bit jarring. And yeah, like you were saying, like it was about halfway through for me when I was like, okay, I think I know what's going on here. And I think that was a little too long. So I'm just going to drop this by a point just because the effort was there. There was some good stuff in there. I want to know what happened to that Dreadnought class, because I feel like there was either a saucer separation before it blew up, but they could have had some like flames or something to it to make it signify that it was crashing.
Well, either that or have somebody say, prepare for saucer separate. Like a voice, like that's the thing, like doing stuff like this, like having somebody at some point say saucer separation or prepare for separation, like something where it's like you get that impression. Like again, we don't have to necessarily see it as long as you say it. Just it's the equivalent of like, if all you've got is a green screen, looking off camera, going, "Oh my God, look at the ship! Oh no!" If that's all you've got to work with, and you don't have the CGI, to separate, just say prepare for separation, or have an audio, and then as the ship's flying away, or separation complete, and then have the ship fly. Something simple like that, goes a long way, because I'm like, who the fuck is that? I had no idea. I thought it was a whole new ship that flew in, and I'm like, oh, is that the Bismarck? Oh, I guess it is.
I thought it was a Kelvin class. I'm like, wait a minute, when did a Kelvin class get there?
Yes, I did too. Like, what did they show? Who is this? Yeah.
No, and I agree. So I mean, I'm not gonna take too much away from it, though. I'll probably give this one a 5 out of 10. Still marked improvement from earlier fan films, but I agree that there were some more issues on this one. Mage, what's your mark?
Right there with you, a 5. Better than what I've seen before out of them, but still, it takes a lot of effort to do this stuff on no budget, and facility managers don't like it when you remove their exit signs and such as that. You can't go changing things. So like you said, V-Man, it's a brave choice to go out on location and kind of do those things. And
it's also a safety hazard. You're not allowed to remove those signs.
The insurance company would be very upset.
Yeah.
So a 5, I mean, they're trying to do the damn thing, and they're putting a product there, but it was harder to follow and just lacking visually compared to part 1 of this. And you would kind of want to be visually consistent with a 3-parter. I would feel like.
All right. Captain Menard, what do you give it?
I'd say a 7. The thing that was redeeming about this, besides all the positives I mentioned earlier, was the chemistry between the time traveler guy and the guy in the red shirt, Michael. Those two have, one, they're the 2 strongest actors in here, I feel, and their chemistry, their banter back and forth is good. And I really like them. I really care about what happens with this time traveler guy, or not the guy, the Discovery, the other time traveler guy, the guy that's playing Quantum Leap, basically. So although I don't feel like he's as strong as the other 2 because he doesn't have the chemistry. I feel like those 3 are really given a good performance. So even though I felt like the story was lacking, their performances are pretty good. So I'd say a 7. Because the positives I feel like outweighed the negatives, but there were a little more negatives than there were in the last one. So,
okay, well, with all that being said, everybody, thank you very much for joining us. If you can, please leave a like on this video, leave a comment on what you thought of the fan film. Were we too harsh on it? Should we have been, or were we not harsh enough on it? Again, Major Rage, thank you very much for joining us. V-Man, where can we find you out there? I know that there's some little nook and cranny out there that we can find you in.
My OnlyFans page, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
No, I'm on.
By the way, I never got those feet pictures from you.
They'll be on their way. I'm in No Budget Productions -- Phil Ferret Productions on YouTube, or you can just type in Constar Chronicles or Menard, any of those things on YouTube. You should be able to look us up pretty quick. So, yep, search for us. We're there.
The Stan frickin' Leah fan films right there. All right. So with all that being said, everybody, we will catch you for part 3. And yeah, live long and perspire.